Hello, class, and welcome to Module 8. This is the last module for this class, all right? And so let's read this disclaimer. So this is the last module. You need to have Module 8 problem set and activity complete before Wednesday of the last week of your quarter. So make sure that it is completed. So you want to make sure that you're checking those due dates. You must have the final exam complete before the last day and time on your quarter calendar. These deadlines cannot be changed and must be followed. So very important that you check those due dates for this particular module. All right. So let's go through the overview, objective, and required readings. So, the overview, you want to discuss good, safe practices and emergency preparedness related to the water utility industry. Our objectives are to describe the difference between acute and chronic health effects as they relate to safety, understand the various types of safety practices of a water utility, explain the importance of proper record keeping related to safety. And then the required reading for this particular module is Chapter 6 in the Water Distribution Operator 2, pages 57 through 71. All right. And so, as always, there is the supplementary material that's very helpful to help you prepare for the class. Sorry about that. All right. So we have water distribution grades 1 and 2, confined space safety. Then we have the pipe handling safety, the chlorine safety, and electrical safety. So you see the theme, we're looking at the safety in different areas of water distribution. And then we have our problem set. All right. Remember, it's due the Wednesday of the final week of the quarterly calendar. And then the Module 8 activity, that's the safety training video. So let's look through that. All right. So you're going to create a video. And for this assignment, you'll create a 3 to 5 minute safety training video based on the information in Chapter 6, Safety of your textbook. Your video should teach new water utility workers about important safety practices used in the industry. So here are the video requirements. Step 1, you want to choose your safety topic. So your video will focus on one of the following. So you're either going to talk about personal protective equipment, PPE, hazard communication, such as chemistry safety, SDS sheets, and chlorine safety, trench and excavation safety, confined space entry, fleet and traffic safety, slip, trip, fall prevention and back safety, and organizational and public safety. So you're going to pick one of these topics. And then your video must include an introduction. You want to state your name, identify the safety topic you chose, and explain why it is important in the water utility industry. Very important, you must be visible in this video. Okay, very important. Step 2 or number 2, explain key safety concepts. Describe at least 3 important concepts from Chapter 6 that relate to your topic. So examples would be acute versus chronic health effects, OSHA standards, hazard communication, PPE requirements, unsafe acts and unsafe conditions, trench shoring and sloping, confined space permit rules, or traffic control zones. So you need 3 concepts, okay? Then demonstration or visual examples. So you want to choose one of the following. Perform a short safety demonstration, correct PPE, lifting techniques, setting up cones, etc., or show visual illustration, images, or drawings to teach the concept. Okay. So you want to either do a demonstration or you want to show visual illustrations of your safety concept. And then emergency preparedness. Explain what workers should do if an accident or injury occurs, a chemical spill or exposure happens, or a trench collapse, confined space hazard, or unsafe condition is discovered. Okay. And then conclusion. Summarize why following safety procedures protects employees, the utility, and the public. All right. So your video length should be 3 to 5 minutes. Upload as an MP4, an MOV, or a link to YouTube. Unlisted is fine. All right. As long as I can access the video. Include a short 2 to 3 sentence reference note about which section of Chapter 6 you use. APA is not required unless you use outside sources. So you want to do just a couple of sentences to show where you got your information from. All right. And so here is the rubric for this. So I'm going to read what would get you the full amount of points. All right. Because we want a perfect score on this, right? So, explanation of safety concepts. You want to accurately explain 3 or more major safety concepts from Chapter 6 in clear detail. Your demonstration or video example. You want to have a clear safety demonstration or visuals that effectively teach the concept. And then the next one, emergency preparedness explanation. You want to provide a clear explanation of emergency steps related to the chosen topic. Clarity and professionalism. The video is organized, easy to follow, audible, and professional. So, in other words, you don't want to get on the video with some old jogging pants and hair not combed, but you want to look professional. Okay. And you want your video to be organized. You want, if you're doing a demonstration, you want it to be clear. You want it, excuse me, us to be able to understand and hear it perfectly. And then the video time requirement, the video is within the required 3 to 5 minute range. It can be over. I do not take off points if you're over the 5 minutes, but I do take off points if you're under 3 minutes. Okay. Conclusion and relevance. You want a strong conclusion summarizing the importance of safety for workers and the public. So that's how I'm going to be grading this. This is a 30 points for this video. If you have any questions, okay, about the video, the requirements, or how to do it, please let me know. All right. So the last thing for Module 8 is the Module 8 final exam, which is worth 100 points. All right. And so that is it for Module 8. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me and let me know. I look forward to watching your safety training videos. Have an awesome module. Bye-bye.